The knock comes before dawn, when the house still smells of cold ashes and boiled potatoes from the night before. It is not loud. It does not need to be. 3 measured taps, firm, practiced, final. She knows the sound. Liesl presses her fingers into the thin blanket, nails biting skin, listening to her mother's breath on the other side of the wall, shallow, awake, waiting. No one moves. Even the clock seems afraid to tick. Another knock. The door opens. Boots enter the house carrying wet snow and authority. The floorboards creak in recognition. Liesl sits up, heart pounding so hard she is sure the men can hear it. Her hair smells unwashed. Her dress hangs from her shoulders like it belongs to someone already gone. Her mother does not look at her. Not once. "She is here," her mother says. Her voice is flat, emptied of warmth, as if it has already been used up elsewhere. She points, not with her hand but with her chin. A small gesture, efficient, like turning in a broken tool. For a moment, Liesl waits for the word sorry, or forgive me, or even her name. Nothing comes. The officer's eyes pass over Liesl as if measuring livestock. "Get your things." "My things?" Liesl whispers. Her mother's hands twist together. Red, cracked, familiar. Hands that once braided her hair, that once wiped soup from her mouth. Now they stay folded, useless. Liesl's chest tightens. Something breaks, not loudly but deep inside, like ice shifting underfoot. She understands then, fully, completely. This is not arrest. This is abandonment. Outside, the sky is the color of old tin. Smoke rises from neighboring houses, thin and hungry. As she steps into the cold, Liesl looks back one last time. Her mother has already closed the door. In her coat pocket, Liesl's fingers close around a small object, a button, torn from her father's jacket years ago. She does not know why she kept it, only that it is proof something once belonged to her. The truck engine roars, and the girl who believed blood was safety disappears into the dark. The truck smells of rust, damp wool, and fear that has nowhere left to go. Liesl sits wedged between strangers, knees knocking with every rut in the frozen road. No one speaks. Breath fogs the air, then vanishes, as if even warmth is temporary now. The canvas flaps rattle like loose teeth. Each mile pulls her farther from the house where her mother still stands, perhaps already sweeping the floor, perhaps already forgetting. Liesl presses her forehead against the cold metal wall. The vibration hums through her skull, steady, merciless. She imagines it shaking memories loose. Her father's laugh before the war. The smell of bread when flour still existed. Her mother humming while mending socks. She bites down hard on her lip. Blood tastes metallic. Real. Proof she is still here. At the station, they herd them like shadows into a cattle car. The doors slam shut with a sound that feels permanent. Inside, the air is thick with sweat and panic. Someone is crying softly. Someone else whispers a prayer that stumbles halfway through, as if even God might not be listening anymore. Liesl hears propaganda echo in her head. Words drilled into her at school, at rallies, on posters peeling from bombed walls. The enemy will brutalize you. The enemy will break you. The enemy has no soul. She clings to those words now. They are terrifying but familiar. Familiar fear feels safer than the unknown. The train lurches forward. Hours blur. Hunger gnaws. Thirst scratches at the throat like sand. Liesl shares a crust of bread with a woman whose hands shake so badly crumbs fall to the floor. When the woman apologizes, Liesl shakes her head fiercely, as if kindness itself might be rationed. Night comes without darkness. The car is already black. Liesl counts breaths to stay calm. In her coat pocket, the button presses into her palm. She rubs it like a talisman, whispering to it as if it might answer. If my own mother could turn me in, she thinks, what will strangers do? The train keeps moving, and somewhere beyond the steel and snow, a country she has been taught to fear waits, whole, untouched, unknowable. The doors open without ceremony. Light crashes in first, white, blinding, almost violent. Liesl squints, her eyes burning as if punished for seeing again. Cold air rushes into the car, clean and sharp, carrying a smell she does not recognize. Not smoke, not rot, something else. Soap, maybe, or distance from ruin. Out, a voice says. Not shouted, not cruel, just firm. They stumble down onto solid ground. No rubble, no shattered glass. The platform stretches wide and orderly, boards unbroken, paint intact. Buildings stand upright in the distance, unashamed of their survival. Liesl's knees weaken at the sight. This place has not learned how to fall. She waits for the blow. It does not come. Instead, an American soldier steps forward. He is young, younger than she expected. His uniform is clean, creased with care. When he looks at her, his face does not harden. It hesitates. He holds out something white. Soap. For a moment, Liesel does not understand. Her fingers hover in the air, unsure if this is a trick. The bar is thick, solid, wrapped in paper. It smells faintly of flowers, too gentle, too intimate for a prison camp. Take it, he says, awkward, accented. Her hand trembles as she closes her fingers around it. The weight surprises her. It is heavy, real, not imagined. Tears sting her eyes without permission, hot and humiliating. She turns her face away, but it is too late. One slips free, then another. Around her, other women are crying too, not sobbing, breaking, quietly, as if something inside them is cracking open after years of being sealed shut. Liesel presses the soap to her chest. Her heart pounds against it like it might leave a mark. This is wrong. This is not what she was told. She looks back at the soldier. He shifts his weight, uncomfortable, then gently places a blanket around her shoulders. The fabric is rough, warm, impossibly clean. In that moment, the ground beneath Liesel's certainty begins to crumble. If the enemy smells like soap, what else have they lied about? The first meal arrives on a metal tray, sliding across the table with a dull scrape. Liesel stares at it as if it might vanish if she blinks. Bread, thick slices, pale and soft. A pat of butter melting slowly at the edges. A bowl of soup so full it trembles when touched. She does not reach for it at first. At home, food had become a rumor, a memory discussed in whispers. Here, it sits in front of her, unapologetic. Eat, a guard says. Not a bark. Not an order sharpened with hate. Just a word. Her spoon shakes. The soup smells of vegetables, of fat, of time taken to cook properly. When it touches her tongue, her body betrays her. Her throat tightens. Her eyes burn. The taste is overwhelming, salt, warmth, nourishment. Her stomach cramps in confusion, unused to generosity. Across the table, a woman whispers, "Is this every day?" No one answers. The fear of hoping is stronger than hunger. Later, they are led to washrooms, real ones. Water pours from metal taps, steady and obedient. Liesel holds her hands beneath the stream, watching dirt spiral away. Her skin is red, raw, alive. She rubs the soap between her palms, thick foam blooming like something impossible. She remembers her mother rationing water, scolding her for waste. Don't you know how bad things are? Here, the water keeps flowing. At night, Liesel writes in a scrap of paper she has hidden in her shoe. Dear Papa, she writes, though her father has been dead for years. The enemy feeds us. The enemy gives us soap. I am afraid of what this means. From the barracks window, she sees light stretching across the camp, bright and steady. No blackout curtains, no sirens. America glows like a place untouched by fear. Guilt seeps in quietly. With every full stomach, every clean hand, something twists inside her chest. She thinks of her mother, alone in that dark house, counting potatoes. And she wonders, if kindness feels like betrayal, what does that make her now? The letter arrives folded too many times, its creases sharp as wounds. Liesel recognizes her mother's handwriting instantly, tight, controlled, every letter standing at attention. Her hands begin to shake before she even opens it. We did what we had to do, the letter says. There was no choice. You must understand, food is scarce. People are watching. No, I miss you. No, forgive me. Liesel presses the paper to her chest, breathing through the ache. Around her, the barracks hum with quiet life. Someone laughing softly. Boots being unlaced, the distant clatter of dishes, normal sounds, civilian sounds. They make the words on the page feel crueler. That night she cannot sleep. She watches the American guards through the window. One of them, the young one with kind eyes, sits on a crate, writing his own letter. He hums under his breath, tuneless but gentle. When he notices her watching, he startles, then raises a hand in an awkward half-wave. Family? He asks, pointing to the letter still clenched in her fist. She hesitates. Then quietly, no. The lie surprises her. How easily it comes. Days pass. The kindness does not stop. It becomes routine, and that is what frightens her most. Cruelty, she thinks, would be easier to hate. This steady decency seeps under her skin, eroding the walls she was taught never to lower. In her diary, she writes, "If monsters exist, they do not wear these faces. If fathers protect their children, why did mine die, and why did my mother give me away?" She begins to dream in English, words half learned, half guessed. She wakes with shame coating her tongue. Identity loosens its grip. German, daughter, enemy, victim. None of them fit anymore. One evening, the young soldier leaves an extra apple on her table. Red, unblemished. Impossible. She does not eat it right away. She turns it in her hands, feeling its weight, and realizes the deepest battle is not between nations, but between what she was told to believe and what she is now living, and she does not know which side she can survive choosing. The announcement comes quietly, almost gently, as if afraid of what it might break. Repatriation. The word moves through the camp like a cold draft. Some women cry at once. Others go still, as if bracing for impact. Liesel feels neither relief nor joy, only a hollow widening in her chest. Return to what? To a house where the door closed behind her? To a country that taught her love could be conditional? That night, she cannot bring herself to pack. The young American soldier finds her sitting on her bunk, the apple core wrapped carefully in paper beside her. He clears his throat, uncertain. "You going home?" he says. Liesel nods. He searches for something to say, then reaches into his pocket. He pulls out a small object, a pencil stub worn down to almost nothing. "For writing," he says. "You write good." Her fingers close around it. The gesture is simple, unofficial, human, something tight inside. Her finally gives way. "You were kind," she says, the English rough but steady. "When you did not have to be." He looks uncomfortable, then shrugs. "That's what my dad taught me." The word dad lands softly, devastatingly. That night, Liesel writes one last entry. "My mother gave me a way to survive. A stranger showed me how to live. If blood makes a family, then I was abandoned. If choice does, then I was adopted by mercy." When the trucks arrive at dawn, she steps aboard without looking back. She carries no illusions now, only clarity. The world is not divided into monsters and heroes. It is divided into those who close doors, and those who offer blankets, soap, apples, pencils. Years later, she will tell her children that her first father died in a war. Her second father wore a foreign uniform, and neither shared her blood, but both shaped her. And when she speaks of truth, her voice will not tremble, because she learned it the hard way. Sometimes the enemy does not destroy you. Sometimes they save what your own people could not.